When you were out there traveling, what's the most incredible thing you saw?
I don't know. Lots of things.
Tell me one.
What do you want to hear?
Something that took your breath away.
Mountain ice. It shines like diamonds. I've seen walls of it as tall as buildings. Deep blue, blinding white. If you touch it, it burns. It's cold, but it turns to fire in your hand for just a moment. Then it's gone. Diamonds to water. Your turn. Tell me something about you.
Tell you what?
Oh, I don't know. How about, who was your last boyfriend?
Never had one.
Never?
Never.
If you've never had a boyfriend...
I'm very well read.
There are lots of things best experienced in person.
Your turn to confess. Tell me about your family.
They were killed. My family. They died.
I'm sorry.
Oh, it was a long time ago.
What happened?
War. Someone else's war.
Were you young when you lost your parents?
Old enough to understand it was time to run away. My uncle took me. My parents stayed to protect the city. They'd collect me once it was safe. They never collected me.
Must have been difficult.
People live, people die. They chose to die for someone else's cause.
Your parents died with honor, to protect other people.
They died. Does the rest of it matter? You make your own path. I'm not gonna let Armin kill me or you.
We each have a role to play.
Tell that to Ormaz. Where's he?
We can't absolve our...
Don't give me things someone else has taught you to say. Is there anything you've learned for yourself?
That people aren't always what they seem.
You got that right. You can't trust anyone.
You can, if you know them.
Does that include your father?
My father has played his part. Now we play ours. There are things beyond us. There must be things that have happened in your life that you couldn't change.
Well, the sky, or the sea. But you can always change things that have to do with you.
You can change being here.
We are. A god wants to escape, and we're changing that. You can change anything. If life is balanced, how come I keep getting the end of it that's been chewed up, spat out, and sat on by a camel?
You rob tombs for a living.
Sometimes.
There's your answer.
You think bad things only happen to bad people? Elika, you're the most dedicated person I've ever met, and look where that got you. Anything else around here we can climb? For you, Elika.
Every seed helps us.
Let's go.
Thank you for your help.
That's it.
gardens. I wish I could have come here more often. I never found the time.
Life just slips you by. One minute you're rich, next you're staring the end of the world in your face. Or the need. How big is our...
He makes even your ego look small.
Oh, well, then we really need to stop him getting out.
Let's use the plate.
Those cranks down there, what are they all for?
These were the royal gardens. The cranks controlled water flow to the fish ponds.
Looks like the water in those ponds has turned to corruption. What happens to fish if they're corrupted?
They die.
Oh, I suppose that's not as bad as some of the things I was imagining. I'm surprised I hadn't heard of this place.
Secret has been guarded well.
A bridge salesman could really clean up in this place. Gardens. Where are all the plants?
The corruption must have killed the few that were left. The rest... This place hasn't been tended since my mother died. There's a plate attached to that pillar over there. We can raise it if we fill that pond. It's a counterweight. The cranks control sluice gates that let the water flow to those control ponds.
Any idea which one we move first?
I think we should start over there. But as for how we open the sluice gates, I only ever saw the plate raised once as a child, and I've never seen the plate active.
Which crank should we push?
Just pick one. We can figure it out.
Right. And keep an eye open for any of our friends. Can we move these fertile grounds anywhere else?
These are part of the land. They can't be moved. But the writings speak of other fertile grounds beyond the city.
Is Ormaz a good god to follow?
He keeps Ahriman trapped. Isn't that enough?
There are plenty of ways to get killed in this place.
The gate is open, but the flow must start up there.
It looks like each crank controls more than one sluice gate.
We'll have to figure out which one opens which to make a channel to the control ponds.
Yeah, great. These cranks are linked to all of the pools around them.
We'll have to remember the changes they make.
Pity you can't remember the order.
I was 8 when I last saw them moved.
It's still not right.
The cranks move in both directions, so we can correct them. We can work this out.
Any suggestions?
You're the world-traveled adventurer who's seen it all. I thought you might have an idea.
Terrific. You get the feeling we're being watched?
It must be the concubine. Let's keep going.
Don't you think it's odd the concubine's not appeared? I mean, we've been sitting here and she's done nothing. Maybe she's not that bright of a concubine.
Maybe she didn't think you were bright enough to solve the puzzle.
I can figure this out. I can figure this out.
Let's try another crank.
Think.
Maybe if we moved another crank?
What now?
We'll have to find a way to align the gates.
Why can't I see what to do?
I can't see it yet, but there has to be a solution.
Tell me more about this place.
There isn't time. We should go on.
Turn it again.
Once we've filled the other control point, then they should move the plate up.
Let's get over there then.
We used this system to water the plants, and to keep the water fresh for the fish. Now they're decayed like everything else.
All for the stories, but do I look like a fish farmer to you? No, don't answer that. Alright, I'll figure this out. How many more ponds do I need to fill?
The first control pond is flooded, but we'll need to fill the second one too.
I can figure this.
I have faith.
Yeah. but in who? I've never seen a girl, you know, do what you do.
Must have been looking for girls in the wrong places.
Not to think. I realize what's happening here, I might just lose it. Turn it now. said I wasn't either. I can do more than just hit them.
The power plate is clear. We can reach the fertile ground.
I'd figured that one out too. We need to use the plates then, huh?
That's the way up.
Can we move these fertile grounds anywhere else?
These are part of the land. They can't be moved. But the writings speak of other fertile grounds beyond the city.
Do you need a rest?
I've heard better lines from... You're upset because the warrior got the looks. I have a rule. Never date anything with a tail.
Use your gauntlet! Don't you die!
Strong in body.
Will you stop talking and fight me? Where's she gone?
I'm fine. Thank you.
Are you sure her disappearance isn't another illusion?
I can move. She must have gone.
Well, then let's heal the ground and get out of this place. Let's try and both get through this in one piece. So you used to spend time here?
I used to come here with my mother.
Yeah? I don't think she'd be too impressed with the way this place is now.
There were fountains all around here that watered the plants. Trees, flowers, herbs, spices, things you didn't see anywhere else. They must have been from before, or from outside. She'd bring the children here to look after them.
Never got into gardening. No? Hey, they're just plants. We can get you some more. I find fairer, we can ship them in from wherever you want. Flowers, trees. You're a princess. You deserve it.
Yes.
You can make these gardens grow again.
Yes.